Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first episode of After Hours Review. Today on our bucket list, we are talking about the recently finished season of God of Highschool.
Yes, the explosive new anime, I think partnered with Crunchyroll and Webtoon, I believe.
Yep.
So, there's no gimmicks here. It's just us being chill and just talking to you about, the show, what we thought, and respectively, we do read the Webtoon as well. If you don't, I highly recommend you check it out.
It's very good.
It doesn't have a slow start, but once you get going, it's an addiction. It's like potato chips.
Oh, I've binged the first couple hundred episodes in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, especially when you kept calling me, asking me, D, what's happening with this?
This, ooh, I.
Yeah, you just oogling and ogling everything, and me sitting at like 300 chapters ahead of you, it gets way better. But we're not here to talk about that. We'll get to that later in the episode. In due time. Right now, we are going to be talking about the explosive season 1 of God of Highschool.
Okay.
So overall, I would say the first episode really does set the stage well.
It really does.
I went into it very, very nervous because I love this webtoon. I was in your ear about it for I think a year and a half. I was like, Brandon, you gotta read it. You gotta read it. And I was so excited to finally that it got an anime, and that I was really nervous. And then it just turned into this whole thing of us.
It's just a beautiful package. They really did. I feel everything well. There's not too many points I feel like they fell off at all.
I would say that too. There's not many things I want to nitpick, but I want to, as a whole, we'll get to that part.
Yeah.
But just first impression, I feel like every anime deserves, and in my opinion, and I don't know if you heard this, not a 3-episode run. Give it 3 episodes to get you hooked in. I know that Shonen's bad about that. Shonen's it gets better later.
Later, yeah.
Because there's a very slow start.
Yeah, set your stage, set your characters, set your main world and everything.
Yeah.
But this one hit really well when it started.
Oh yeah, it hit, and it hit like a fucking truck.
It really did.
It did, and I was so excited. The animation was really, really damn good, which was a huge deciding factor for me, honestly.
Oh yeah.
You can have the show and it just be bad.
Oh yeah.
But it's a whole other thing for you to have a show and not give it the fluff and filler that it needs. And I still hold fast that this show, and feel free to quote me on this, anybody listening or watching, is that it could be more notable than any of the big 3 in Shonen, i.e. Dragon Ball Z or something like that.
Oh yeah. It's definitely one of those ones that when you watch it, if you're not hooked, then you probably just don't like the genre of anime, because this is one of those things that everything was done well, except everything, in my opinion, very well going forward. And everybody's just... It's a very likable cast of characters. Very much so.
Yeah, we'll get to the characters in a second, but I still want to talk about the reputation it holds.
Right.
To get an anime adaptation of a piece of art such as God of Highschool takes a lot of popularity and effort.
Oh yeah.
Which I feel like it was well deserved. I was ready for this to be an anime by chapter 40 when I was reading. I was ready for it.
Yeah.
But let's move into the characters. You have your characters. Main protagonist, best boy.
Best Mori. Mori best.
Best guy. Didn't even say his name, Brandon. It's Mori Jin.
Mori Jin. Where's that guy? Best guy.
Yeah.
Love Mori.
Mori Jin is our main character. He is very...
He's very
I would say he fits the Goku archetype pretty much in the first episode.
He does.
He's very all over the place. He's very unusually strong. Your atypical high school anime, it starts out as in the name implies, but as the name implies, there's not much schooling going on yet.
No.
There's not mention of a school.
There's no school. There's no school that I can see.
Yeah, there was none.
The only school that was mentioned, that was actually shown...
It was in the webtoon in the beginning.
But
the anime was just no, we're not going to do that. We're just going to dive into the meat and potatoes of this.
Yeah. Because who needs school? The school's not the important part.
Well, I mean, it's in the namesake.
It's in the namesake.
We need to have it somewhere.
It's there, it's mentioned, and they have school uniforms. That's about it. That's all you need.
Yeah, and then we're introduced to Mori. He lives by himself. He has a picture of him and his grandpa. Sad Mori. It still hurts me to see sad Mori.
It's very sad.
if we have a picture, Brandon will put it somewhere in this.
Oh yeah.
Sad Maury.
Sad
Just don't leave it there too long. It breaks my heart. Anyway.
It's too sad boy. Too sad boy.
But the first episode introduces you to Mori, Daiwei, and Mira. Daiwei is basically...
Best bro.
He's just chilling, vibing.
Chilling. Best bro.
Yeah. He's chilling, vibing at work. He's ready to attend the tournament, which I thought everybody was running late for school.
Yeah.
In the first episode. No, they're just running late for a tournament.
Yeah. It's like, school? School, who cares?
And I'm a fan of a good tournament arc. Keep in mind, I love me a good tournament arc.
Tournaments they're slamming. They're great. Yeah.
I mean, Yu Yu Hakusho was basically a tournament anime.
Basically, yeah.
I remember the Dark Tournament being just
everywhere.
Just every fucking... Like, I think if memory serves, I think the first part was basically a tournament arc.
I don't remember the first part very well.
Well, I know the Dark Tournament was later, but the first part was like a fucking... I don't remember. It's been a hot minute since I watched.
Yeah.
My memory's failing me. But back to the topic. We're introduced to these three main characters. Mira is basically just looking for strong seed. It's not said in the anime, but in the webtoon, that's basically the point of...
Basically there.
Like, this tournament's designed to be like, ooh, I want to make babies with the strongest person here. That was her whole arc, I swear to God.
It was that, and I gotta revive my sword.
Which, do you remember what it was?
Sword. It's Moon Style.
Moonlight Sword Style.
Moonlight Sword Style, yeah.
Yeah.
Moonlight Sword Style. But it's like...
All we need is a Moonlight Greatsword. We got a Perfect Souls reference. Anyway. But we get introduced to her. That's her gimmick. Daiwei is basically doing the tournament to get medicine and funds to help his friend.
Save his best friend.
Who is dying, I believe it was cancer?
I think it's cancer, yeah.
They never really specified, but he's dying. And I'm just going to assume cancer for posterity.
I imagine cancer, because he looks pretty young. So I imagine cancer. I don't think it's anything else too bad. I don't know.
Heart problems?
Maybe.
I don't know. He's dying of something.
He fought a lot as a kid, so...
Let's leave it at that. He's dying of something.
Something.
He's dying of something.
We're not doctors.
No, we are not. We are far from it. I think we have... I have basic athlete medications to apply to.
I can use a med kit.
Yeah, that's about it for us. So if you need heart surgery, not us. Not us.
I can cut you open, but I can't guarantee I'm going to help anything.
Anyway, we're introduced quickly to the tournament arc of a sort of new system they play in. Like, they have their little health and shit like that on a bracelet. And they have nanomachines to help them, heal after fights.
I still say those nanomachines are...
We're
barely...
Hang on, we're using Metal Gear logic here. They work... They're a convenient plot device. That's about it.
That's basically all it is, really.
They're not really described that, but... Before we even get to that, we're also introduced in the first episode to our quote-unquote main villain.
The Angry House Cat.
The affectionate Angry House Cat, Mujin, or Mubong, whatever one you want to go with.
Whichever one.
I say Mujin, Brandon will say Mubong, but fuck it. Mujin. He basically just high-fives an island with some people that have some evidence on him.
Just high-fives?
Slaps him with the Mine of Zeus!
I mean... Basically.
Yeah. We even said that watching it together. Just slap it with the Might of Zeus. But, yeah. But the tournament starts, and there's a lot of things that go on. They're thinking, we're going to be split up into brackets and sub tournaments. No. Quickly said, this is a battle royale for the tournament.
This is a battle royale to get into the tournament. Fight.
Yeah, and then we're very much quickly introduced to some side characters that quickly makes short work of the noobs out there.
Yeah.
Mori's just in it to fucking fight for fun.
He just wants to... He want to fight somebody. You don't care.
That's it. That's all he wants. He just wants to fight strong people and hopefully find Grandpa. Who is...
Gotta find best Grandpa.
Yeah, Taijin.
Best Grandpa. Hands down.
I would debate that heavily.
Then who do you got for best Grandpa then?
Jiraiya. From Naruto.
I can't speak for Naruto. I've not watched Naruto, so I don't know.
What about Makarov and fucking Fairy Tail? You could argue that.
Makarov, okay, yeah.
I'm about to say, see, there you go.
There is that.
There you go. We can have an entire other episode about best grandpas.
We'll probably do that some point.
We're not talking about that now. We're talking about God of Highschool.
We gotta keep ourselves focused. We'll get off track very quickly.
Yes, we're this is what happens when you get two ramblers making a show that's completely audio based.
Basically. Anyways.
Anyways,
the battle royal.
The battle royal concludes with some very flashy animation, people showing their stuff.
Yeah, get introduced to obviously main side characters in this tournament. You know who's going to be there.
Yeah, and Mubong's obviously planning something with his angry house cat looking ass.
I swear he's an angry house cat, man.
Yeah, and the episode kind of ends with Prisoner coming in.
Mr. Prisoner, man.
I forget his name. I honestly did not write enough notes for this.
I don't remember his name.
I just wrote talking points. I didn't write actual notes.
I have a phone, but it's not... I don't think he matters too terribly much.
I mean, he'll come back much later.
He will come back much later, but right now, he's Prisoner Man.
Yeah, Prisoner Man. So Prisoner Man comes in, and I think that's where the first episode ends?
It ends with them in a freeze frame in midair, Prisoner Man going against Mori.
Yeah. And that's where the first episode ends, which is an explosive episode for 23 minutes. You get a lot of story.
It did not feel like 23 minutes.
No, it felt very short. Like, when we watched it, I swear, I yelled at you over the phone that it was like 5 minutes that passed.
Yeah, that's what it felt like, really, to be fair.
And that's something whenever, like, a good show has you hooked. Like, time doesn't exist to a good show.
It really doesn't.
But as the series goes on, and we're not going to be talking about every episode individually, because this would go on much, much longer than it needs to be. And
we would ramble way too much for that.
Yeah. So we're going to go with just talking about the cliff notes of the season 1.
Oh, yeah.
I would say next time we're introduced to some more interesting characters like Ippo Park, who is best boy, goodest boy.
Best boy.
And I say that because he's a fox.
He is a fox. He's a fox man. He's great.
Oh shit, I forgot to mention this earlier. We're introduced early on into the concept of borrowed power.
Oh, yeah.
Or Charlock. Or Cherrylock?
Something like that. Go borrow powers. It's much easier to say.
Yeah, I'm going to just stick with the Webtoons description. It's borrowed power, which is basically people can borrow power from the gods and temporarily use them. Basically like stands from JoJo, if I had to compare it to something else. It's like that in a way.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Which you haven't seen part 3 yet, so that probably just went way the fuck over your head.
I know enough about JoJo to know what stands are.
Okay. Because that's the gimmick that goes forward.
Yeah.
But this isn't the JoJo show. Anyway, we'll do that one much later.
Oh, yeah.
And that's going to be something.
That's
going to be a whole lot of something.
That's going to be a whole lot of something.
But anyway, we introduced Ippo Park, who has a colorful history with Mori, being as they're roughly the same age is what was implied. Because, like...
I think Ippo's a little older.
I would believe Ippo's a little older, because Taijin comes to him and he's like, take care of Mori, or be his friend, or some shit like that. And it was pretty dope. Pretty fucking dope.
Ippo's older by a year.
Okay, so Ippo's older by a year. Oh, you have the... okay, so you have the wiki pulled up.
Yeah, I have the wiki pulled up, just in case we need it.
Okay. So they're roughly a year apart. And they studied under the same martial arts. Well... Alright, well, we can't spoil that part, but I see what you're about.
That's the end of this season. We'll talk about it when we get there.
Yeah, we'll get there, and, we can't really say that because it's not fully explained yet.
I mean, they gave him his name in the final episode.
Yeah, but, like, what that implies later.
I mean, if you know the name, you kind of know what he is.
Yeah, but, every creator is different, so,
True.
I mean...
Very true. Regardless, we're getting that. I've already skipped several episodes to talk about Ippo, so it's fine. It's fine. This is the character part of it.
We're not going to talk about the episode that I feel like was kind of filler-ish, but wasn't. Was the whole Mira getting married thing.
That was still a fun episode.
That was a fun episode.
That's just pure fun. That's pure. We're now friends.
That's how you like. It's unimplied. Like these 3 characters, Mira, Mori, and Daiwei, just met. Not even a few days later, it's like they've been friends forever.
They're fast friends.
Yeah, they're like the best buds. Mori just wants bananas and fights.
That's all he wants.
Mira wants to revive her sword style and maybe meet a new man. Daiwei, he's just vibing.
He's just vibing.
That's all Daiwei is.
He's just vibing. I'm just here.
Yeah.
He's great.
Unfortunately, we do get some tragedy later on. With Daiwei's friend dying.
He does pass away.
By the way, just side note, this whole entire review is going to be full of spoilers if you haven't seen it yet.
If you haven't seen it, you need to go see that. I'll probably put that up at the beginning so to see that.
Just put that little disclaimer at the beginning. This is full of spoilers going ahead.
Yeah. So if you haven't watched it or if you haven't read it, Go read it. Go watch it. Do both. You'll love it.
I recommend doing both. I feel like reading it is much. It's not much more enjoyable than the anime, but
They're
it's
both equally enjoyable.
But it's something to cut your teeth on while we get season 2. And I feel like we will get season 2 of God of High School.
Probably by summer of next year, maybe.
I feel like this will be kind of. I feel like it would be a summer anime.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling.
Speaking of which, but with Ippo being introduced, we're introduced to what I call Blue Sephiroth. I think his name was
Jiggle Dad.
Hang on,
I can't pronounce that.
Jigal Taek.
Yeah, Jiggle Taek.
It's Korean. So I believe it's Korean. Anybody watching?
I'm pretty sure it's Korean.
I'm sure anybody watching this will correct me at some point in the comments. And if you do, that's on me. I'll look at the comments and I'll judge it for myself. But we're introduced to what's it name? Jigal. We're introduced to Jigal, who has Shark Boy powers.
Shark Boy powers. There's a little more to it, but for now, it's Shark Boy powers.
I mean, it's basically Shark Boy power. It just fires like elongated shark tubes at people.
I'm gonna eat everybody.
Yeah, his whole concept is, I was a loser growing up, and I was taught that only losers don't win. And I'm like...
And now I win.
Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. Jigal is the most boring, bland bitch antagonist I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Even in the webtoon, he didn't really have that much character development.
Nah, he was just there as, I'm stereotypical villain for this.
No,
I'm here now.
He was basically the seed. He was just the seed planted for future protagonists.
Yeah.
Or antagonists.
Antagonists, yeah.
Sorry.
Here's this thing that we're going to introduce. Don't worry, it'll be more prevalent later.
Yeah. So he's able to use borrowed power willy-nilly, which you can do. There's not really like
There's not a requirement for it, really. It's just make a pack with the
anything. They're basically personas.
Basically, yeah.
Use persona logic for this, really, if you think about it. Any god in existence or any mythological creature you could think of.
Could you have borrowed power that's just Rolf?
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
That'd be great. I elect my borrowed power to be Rolf now.
You want to be Rolf? Your borrowed power is going to be Rolf.
It's going to be Rolf. I'm going to beat people with how to discipline. All day, every day.
The sad part is I could see that for you. That's the sad part. For me, I don't know. I don't know. I might. We'll come back to that later.
We'll come back to yours, yeah.
Ask me near the end so I can think about it.
Anyways, he's introduced. He's got a thing with Ippo. Ippo beat his shit in after he wrecked his friend's leg.
Yeah, just like completely just sharp tooth through the leg. I'm like,
pow. I kicked my drink over. It's fine. It's got a lid.
I was about to say, hopefully it didn't spill on your fucking keyboard.
That's an expensive keyboard, so I'm glad it didn't.
Oof. Anyway,
it's fine. It's got a lid.
With that being said, we're introduced to that concept. He's also like, I'm gonna win this tournament no matter fucking what. Meanwhile, in the fight between, I believe, him and what was his name? He was a Tai Chi dude. I forget his name.
Who fought who? Ippo fought who now?
No. Jigal was fighting him.
Fought
He was Tai Chi dude.
I don't remember who was fighting. Give me a second. I'll find it.
Okay.
No, just keep talking. I'll find it.
Well, I mean, I kind of have to keep talking. We're doing nothing else but talking. But
I don't remember the.
In any case, he fights Tai Chi dude. We don't need a proper name, honestly. If you really want to spitball it.
I think. What did that dude?
No, Mira fought him. Anyway. Anyway, he fights him. Mori jumps in because he's gonna.
That's prisoner dude fought that dude. That was prisoner guy fought that. That's who Mori jumped in on.
Oh right, I got ahead of myself.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Cause I remember the Tai Chi dude, but I don't remember. I didn't remember.
Oh yeah, that's what happened. So Mori gets disqualified early on in the fucking show
because he couldn't let because this prisoner dude beat hell out of that guy.
I don't even think that could qualify as just he beat the dog shit out of this man. Like when the match was well and over,
he's still beating him.
And then Mori had to jump in, gets disqualified, and then fucking Mugen's like, you can jump back in the tournament only if you beat one of my executives.
And Mori's like,
Alright. But I want glasses. I don't want glasses. I want Blondie.
I want Blondie. He's like,
if you don't know who Blondie is by this point, if you haven't seen it, it's literally every anime character that has their eyes perpetually shut. Probably a villain. Most likely a villain.
Probably.
Well, I'm looking at you, Brock from Pokemon.
Hidden villain. You're always nice.
Listen, Team Rocket happens to show up wherever Brock is. I'm thinking double Asian.
Damn, I never thought about that one.
Exactly.
Damn.
Exactly.
What wasn't that food he was making though?
No wonder Pikachu kept getting captured. So see, I'm on to something.
Oh, yeah.
I'm on to something.
Anyways,
back to
the main point. Gotta mention, the night before the fight, Mugen gives him a bag of fruit. Being all hunky-dory, here's some fruit. Here's some free fruit.
Yeah, free fruit.
But what he doesn't know is not fruit basket. One of those things he eats,
like divine pellets.
Gives him like.
Well, in the webtoon they were
divine pellets. Yeah.
Well, actually, in the webtoon, Mori like goes into
he
other
finds the dude and then he's like, "Shoink, I'm hungry." Hoink.
And like the old man with pressure points is like, "Wait, you're not supposed to eat those."
oh shit! And then he just not Bochim.
Yeah, Bongchim, yeah.
Bongchim just hanging up there one arm.
Pressure point grandpa.
Pressure point grandpa. He's up there. He's like, "You're not supposed to eat those." But in the anime, he's like, "Here's you some fruit."
Yeah, and then
he goes home and eats it and falls on the ground.
Goes home, he gets like, we're believed to be poisoned, but since we've read the webtoon, we already know that's not the case.
He just gets blood diarrhea from the throat.
Yeah.
And then wakes up just nearly in time for his fight. And then proceeds to beat Q with just tripping him over.
Yeah.
It's like, no glasses, trip, push, I win.
And then here's fucking Q getting all butthurt, summoning the Harlequin.
Basically.
And then everybody steps in and is like, that's it.
Hold up.
Mugen's like, you're not getting paid for the next 3 months because of this shit.
Like,
they're not supposed to know about this part.
They're not supposed to know about that yet. That's later. You jumped the gun.
And lo and behold, we're introduced to the fucking mid-season subplot of just...
Here's our powers. Here's what they are.
Yeah.
Here's how you get them.
And here comes Nox, an organization that's like, we're going to revive God.
That's barely kind of brushed over until the end.
I mean, they were there.
They
were there.
Mentioned, but not heavily focused on until the end.
Yeah. I mean, the webtoon played it off differently.
Yeah,
like I said, this anime did take liberties from the webtoon, which were not bad. I'm not saying that at all.
They're not bad liberties.
They were good.
They're fine.
They make sense for story purposes.
Oh,
and
yeah.
in a 13-episode season, I feel like they did it right.
They did it fine.
And a lot of good things, too. Like, Mori learns how to do pressure points, fucks himself up in the tournament doing that.
The first time he uses it, completely fucks himself over.
He's like, I can't. He's just like, I can't move.
I got my shit pushed in because I fucked up.
Which was awesome. Like the animation and action in this show, 5 stars. You will get no complaints from me on this one.
And the comedic timing was so perfect.
Oh yeah,
always.
Especially in like the last, I would say 5-6 episodes. No, yep, 5 episodes. The action got ramped up to 11.
Oh yeah,
constantly.
Just more and more adding on. It got wild.
It got so fucking crazy, and it was so worth it. We see the badass fight between Mori and Ippo, which is definitely a fucking high point of the season.
And it was just Ippo teaching Mori, hey, you gotta do this.
Like, hey,
you gotta do that.
You're too weak with this. You lead with this. He's teaching him as he fights. And then lo and behold, we get a little tiny little peek behind the curtain of what power is under Mori's hood.
Yeah.
He's not packing the V6 like everybody else. He's packing a V12 at best. I know that's not a real car part. Shut up. Anyway.
We're not car people either, by the way.
I mean, you're a computer person.
I'm not a car person, though. This is kind of a difference.
Just smash your PC into your car. You got it. Anyway.
Don't think that's how it works, but roll with it.
Anyway. But with that being said, Ippo versus Mori, definitely a high point of the season. Not the highest point, but definitely number 2. That's number 2.
Strong.
I'm locking that in. Mori versus Ippo, number 2 high point of the season.
Lock it in, pack it in. We got our number 2.
Yeah. But the final bit of God of Highschool, which is introducing the fact that Nox brought back God, air quote that.
Brought back Buddha.
Yeah, Buddha with eyeball titties. You have a picture of that? Just put a picture somewhere. I don't care where. Of just that image from God of Highschool. Just Buddha with eyeball tits. Ladies, you wonder why your man's looking at you? It's literally religiously proven that we do that. Oh, man, we're going to get fucked on that one. Anyway.
But before that, the whole thing leading up to that, freaking...
Ippo being the key, which was honestly not really explained. Like, the key to what?
We don't know.
Just the key.
Key to the taboo.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that part. the key to the breaking the taboo, because mortals can't harm gods.
Yeah, you gotta break.
But if you break the taboo, it's fair game.
It's fair game for everybody.
It's a regular old battle royale
for everything.
But near the end of the series, we get introduced to the Nox bring back, God, air quote, because that's not really what they did.
They brought back something, though.
They brought something through the gate.
It wasn't God, though. It was something.
And they brought a bunch of Nephilim in, which, by the way, the Nephilim design in the show, I like it a lot. They're very colorful.
Very colorful, very good.
In the webtoon, they're just these white, staunch, angelic things.
Yeah.
Anime, we gotta
they have some color.
Sprinkle.
You gotta some color.
You gotta salt bay it a little bit.
Salt bay, yeah.
Oh, man. But with that being the gimmick, a lot of people die. A lot of cool animation. Like, if you thought the animation was decent in the first 4 or 5 episodes, it really turns that dial to 11 and then breaks that dial off near the end. We get the key being taken out of Ippo in a very violent fashion.
Very violent fashion. And before that, to set that up, we had a fucking Tagil, whatever you want to call him. Jagal, whatever.
Yeah.
Blue hair bitch. Decides, I'm just gonna go to this man's hospital room and just start eating people.
Yeah, and
take somebody's leg, take somebody's arm.
Yeah, and then he just eats the key like a dumbass.
Like a dumbass.
Becomes quote-unquote God, which mimicked, and I didn't tell you this over the phone because I wanted to save it for this episode. It mimicked, I shit you not, the last little bit of Naruto Shippuden where Obito becomes the Ten Tails. That pose and everything, same exact thing. I shit you not.
Before that, the U.S. has to, like, you know what? Nuke it. Launch the missiles.
Didn't work, and then we get Magic Grandpa.
Gion sits and just starts magicking the missiles together.
Yeah, literally mixes the nukes into one super nuke, smashes that nuke into a god statue,
and then blows it to Kingdom
Come.
But
wait, it's okay because borrowed power users in the executives negated the blast. He managed to take super nuke and shrink it down to just small crater in Korea.
And before Tajil decides to eat the key, they're in this heavenly realm and all these guys are... And he's going around just trying to find the key. Meets up with more and start beating the shit out of each other for a good hot minute.
But now we're getting near the end of the episode, so we gotta wrap this up a little bit. Let's just talk about the final episode. That's what I've been building up to. I really want to talk about that.
Though, that shit...
That was the shortest 24 minutes of my life.
That shit was so...
Every bit of it. We get introduced to a new idea. Mori finally comes into himself and he awakens the power of Wukong, which in the show it said that, Brand, we can't hushy on that part, okay?
Yeah.
It said he awoken the power of Wukong.
Yes.
But also Mugen says that Mori is a god-given flesh.
Basically, yeah.
So more or less Mori is Wukong if we really want to just go ahead and tear that.
That's basically what he is.
We're tearing that band-aid off now. Mori's Wukong.
That's what he is. Totally what he is. If you watch this far without knowing that beforehand, shame on you.
Well, not shame. Not everybody's aware of this stuff. That's why we made this video.
That's why there's a spoiler before this, so you should have noted the spoiler before you hopped in.
Oh yeah, we did put a spoiler discussion, so it's fair game now. But
I feel bad for you not getting the chance to realize this in true form fashion.
Oh yeah, you had a fucking riot reading about it.
When I read that shit and I put those pieces together, oh my god.
You called me for a change. You called me just distraught, like, how did I not see this?
It was fucking beautiful. Like if you could have seen my thought process, my face when I started piecing
I would like to imagine
together.
I would like to imagine your red tape thought process
it's
of it.
It's basically just a giant red tape board, like, got it.
Yeah.
Pellets, eyes, power, strength, fight. It's all clear to me now.
Yeah, plus you can mimic martial arts too.
Monkey see, monkey do, motherfucker.
Well, I mean, that could be anybody, really. That could just be a gimmick. But still,
That's
it was there. It's still there.
Still there. Still great.
But with that being said, the final episode, he gets a little sample of his Wukong abilities, such as Yoi.
My stick!
Or the power pole, for those of you that don't know the story well.
It's my growing stick. It's a beating stick!
It grows, it shrinks, it expands.
It weighs a shit ton.
It canonically weighs a shit ton. I can't remember the exact numbers, but it weighs a lot.
Probably like 2 gigatons, probably.
Yeah, that's bitch weight to Mori.
It just lifts out on a daily.
Yeah. He also gets Gwendolyn, or Gaodolin, however you say it.
I think they pronounce it Gwendolyn. I'm pretty sure.
Whatever, Nimbus Cloud.
Nimbus Thunder.
Yeah, Nimbus that shoots thunder.
Basically. Suck it, Nimbus. Couldn't shoot thunder.
Yeah, the upgraded version of Nimbus from Dragon Ball Z is basically... Suck it. He gets that and fights God Jagal.
He's sitting there talking all his shit and then gets smacked.
Smacked gloriously. And the best scene of that episode is easily Mori riding Yoi as it expands, kicking the shit out of Jagal. Just literally, Yoi, boom, 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 Yoi is shooting him across the sky. Mori is performing all sorts of crazy martial arts. And Jagal's like, I don't know how to deal with this.
I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm getting my shit put. I was supposed to be the strongest here. Nah, fam. Nah, you get shit on.
And if you haven't, I implore all of you watching this up until now, please go check out God of Highschool. It is a phenomenal show.
It is very phenomenal.
And we also get treated at the end with some very, divine exposition. As in, our lovely cast of our lovely trio is going to go to Mori's homeworld and
get his memories back.
To get his memories back and train there, and they're all excited about it. Side note: Mori slept for 3 months straight after that fight. He did sleep there for 3 months straight. That's gotta be the best sleep, though. Oh god, I can only imagine the hunger you feel waking up.
He woke up and he ate. That boy ate.
Yeah, suck it, Goku.
I'm still... We talked this long, and forgot one cool little bit of information in the middle part of the tournament.
What was that?
When Mira finally gets her sword back, and the man she fights to get her sword back.
She gets her borrowed power, which is basically Lubu.
And she fights an oily-ass swimmer type of cat.
I was kind of hoping that's why I didn't talk about it, because I was just like, can we just skip that?
I want to bring that one up. That man...
Why did you want to bring up the oily swordsman?
His cone head, man. That man gives me nightmares to this day.
Is it the Speedo, too?
It's everything about him.
Where was he keeping that sword?
I don't know.
That's a much better... Oh, God, I don't want to think about that now.
No. But also, and then Daiwa gets his borrowed power, which is Hayate.
Hayate, the cat? Wolf? I don't remember.
Best spirit dog.
Yeah, let's go with spirit dog.
Spirit dog.
I like spirit dog.
It makes bubbles.
Yeah, it makes bubbles that heal. Yeah.
I mean,
we got nothing for that.
It just works.
That's the cream.
It just works.
Yeah.
It just fits Daiwa.
It just works, everybody.
It just fits Daiwa so much.
Yeah. But with that being said, the ending of it was that all three of them will train in the heavenly realm and get Mori's memory back. All right.
That's great.
We're past the mark here, so
I mean, there's no real time scale for this one. Let's just talk until we get tired of talking.
Yeah, but I feel like we've covered all. I think
we hit all the main points.
So, Brandon, on a scale from the amount of your Gundam heads from 1 to 10, or 5, because I feel like that might be a lot of editing. On a scale from 1 to 5, your Gundam heads, how would you put it? How would you put God of Highschool Season 1?
I give it a solid 4.5 out of 5.
Okay.
Easy. Actually, no, 4.9 out of 5.
So
4.9
so
heads.
4 and a piece of your Gundam head missing out of 5.
Out of 5, yeah, there we go, yeah. For you, out of how many boar heads? For you?
Out of how many Inosuke heads?
How many Inosuke heads?
I think I would agree with that. Like, I feel like 4 out of 5 is good.
Yeah.
I want to put decimals in there because it would just fuck everything up. I feel like a 4 out of 5 is good enough because I felt like, and I would say dangerously close to a 5. And why I say that is because 13 episodes, perfect length. It didn't draw anything out. There was no unnecessary filler. Animation was good. Told the story right. Did I want more? Did I want more than 13 episodes?
Yeah.
I wanted 24 episodes for a season. Something like this deserves that, but
it works with 13 though.
But you gotta take something.
I think cramming in 24 would probably been a little too much, just because of that. I don't think they needed 24.
That and the stopping point would have been weird.
Yeah.
So I feel like 4 out of 5 is good. I feel like that's a strong 4 out of 5 for me.
Also,
it's not perfect.
It's not perfect because also I never want to rank anything completely perfect because there could always been one of those little nitpicks here and there that you might want to.
Yeah.
So I never like ranking anything perfect, but also one thing we didn't talk about yet, the dub. The dub
yeah.
is was well cast, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, I guess we can make a little side piece of that.
Yeah, because like for people who want to watch it, people who prefer one or the other, you're good with either one. They're both.
Disclaimer: we love you if you're a sub or dub person.
It don't matter.
We don't argue that.
It is what you prefer to watch. How you prefer to watch this one? This one, both cast fantastic.
Yeah, like me.
They did great.
Yeah. Casting the voice of Spider-Man as Mori was a very iffy choice when I heard about it, but then I watched a couple episodes and it fits.
I think you should specify which Spider-Man you're talking about.
From Spectacular Spider-Man, yeah.
Which is actually pretty good. That's not bad.
Yeah. I was expecting a little bit of the Funimation crew, but then I realized Crunchyroll and Funimation are kind
of... They're not doing... They're not.
I don't know the policies behind that yet, and I don't want to speak about it because I'm very ignorant in that. I'm not educated enough to give an answer to that.
I just know that since Funimation pull all their stuff off of Crunchyroll, I don't think they're going to be using voices from them just yet, at least for right now.
I still say that Chris Sabat would have played a good Dai Wei.
Yeah?
Or at least Taijin.
Oh, yeah.
At very minimum, Taijin.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We got a little peek at Taijin through the last episode as well.
Yeah, he's doing fine. Missing an arm, but he's fine.
But he's alive.
The fact that he took on an entire organization of borrowed power users.
We didn't talk about that either. He literally took on an entire cult by himself.
Well, this is a review. We can't give him everything.
I know.
There's some little surprises we gotta leave.
But that was...
Fine. Let that be the last one.
That was a great scene. To only lose an arm?
Yeah.
Fantastic. And him just mentioning at the end that he's waiting for Mori. That he's fine.
Yeah.
Now come fight me. Basically, kind of thing. It was a perfect way to end it off. Perfect send off.
It's a great story with a very colorful cast of characters. I know we didn't talk about everything about God of Highschool because that made this episode way too long.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about all the executives, Mugen's play, Nox's play, all that other stuff, because we got to leave you something to go watch.
Yeah.
We got to leave you something here. So with that being said, final review scores from us. Brandon gives it a high 4 out of 5.
High 4 out of 5.
I also give it a high 4 out of 5. It's not perfect, but the little nuances are there.
Yeah, but they're very not. They're very.
Yeah, they're just my personal ones, which I feel like I don't need to talk about. Just my personal ones.
Yeah, they don't. It doesn't matter too much. It's one of the things that's not going to hurt it overall.
Yeah,
it's not going to hurt you from enjoying the crap out of this.
No, and I highly recommend. Also, the webtoon. I highly recommend going to read.
If you loved watching this, you should go read it because it is perfect.
Now, I will admit, it's a bit of a slow start.
Very, but it's one of those slow starts that's not like a drag to get through though.
Yeah. But you got anything else to say about it?
I think I've covered all I wanted to talk about. To be fair.
Yeah, me too. So with that being said, if you enjoy these after hours reviews, we'll be doing more of these in the future, hopefully.
As of right now, they don't have a set date, set time, set length even.
You know what, this will just be...
But for now, this is a trial run.
Yeah.
To see how this goes.
And if, it goes well and people like it, then we'll do more. And if you want to give us suggestions of stuff to review, that's fine. Or if you want me to force Brandon to watch anime before we do this, to give you some anime reviews.
I'm always looking for more reasons to watch anime, so I'll take it.
So me pointing a gun to your head is a pretty good reason?
I think that's a pretty good reason. That's a pretty good reason. I don't think it'll work out too well because my gun head is going to block the bullet, but hey, unless your armor pierce bullets in that thing.
Yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Yeah. But with that being said, remember to like, favorite, subscribe, hit the little bell notification, stay up to date with all of our gaming content as well as some new stuff we're working on. This is part of that new stuff.
And if in the future,
minus an interruption, remember to like, favorite, subscribe, hit the little bell notification, stay up to date with all of our gaming content as well as some after hours stuff that we're going to be doing.
And if in the future this is ever on Spotify, please subscribe to the show.
Please subscribe on Spotify. If it's there by now, we'll figure that out when we get there.
Yeah, that's might be soon, might be later, who knows.
But for right now, this is exclusively a YouTube show.
Yeah, just covering the basis for future.
Yeah. We'll make an announcement if anything changes. But anything else, Brandon, you want them aware of?
No, just this should go up around time Spooktober starting, so watch out for our spooky stuff we're doing this month.
Yeah, at the time we were recording this, we have Spooktober going on.
And besides that, just keep liking, keep following, keep just enjoying video games, guys.
Yeah, just
enjoy anime as well.
Yes, big one. Enjoy your anime and video games. Stay strong and play on.
Yeah. Later, guys.
Peace.